Hi everybody, my name is Danny and I'm from Board Game Sanctuary, and today I'm joined by my good friend Pete.
Hello!
Today we are going to be going through our top 5 favourite white magic cards to play in Commander, or also known as EDH. Ready?
Let's go, man!
Oh yeah!
Hey Danny, have you picked your top 5 white EDH cards yet?
Oh yeah, man. This one's got amazing art. This one's got a sick ability. And this one can be tapped on anyone's turn.
Dude, these are all just basic lands.
Seriously, dude. These are the best cards White has got.
Magic the Gathering.
So how are we going to do this, Pete?
Well, I thought we could do it just like our green top 5 for Commander, where we reveal, starting at 5 and working our way up to number 1, reveal each of them at the same time and compare notes.
Ooh, so it's kind of like a top 5, but also a top 10 at the same time. Number 5.
Whoa!
Let's flip this.
Here we go.
Don't flip the table.
Go! What the hell? It's an artifact. It's not even white. It doesn't count.
No, it is white.
I know.
It's artifact creature white. So, do you want to go first?
Sure. Mine is a classic card that I've played for many, many years. I don't really play it anymore. I used to play it in a modern deck. It's an enchantment aura. It's called Daybreak Coronet. And it is 2 to cast, 2 white. Enchant creature with another aura attached to it. So you can't.
Aura decks are really powerful.
Yeah, so if you play this card and there's no aura on the creature already, it will just fizzle and go to the graveyard. So please make sure that there's an aura on your creature before you play this card.
So you need something to attach it to, basically.
Yeah.
So tell us why it's your number 5.
Number 5. It's definitely number 5. Enchanted creature gets +3/+3
+3
and has first strike, vigilance, and lifelink.
Ooh, so it's
yeah.
always going to hit first, it's not going to untap, and it's going to gain you a mega ton of life.
Yeah, plus the creature... For 2, and plus the creature's probably already got some sort of advantage from the first aura that you've played on it. I used to play it in Modern Bogles, which is an enchantment deck, and it just used to... It was the card of the whole deck. If you were going to win, you had to draw one of these.
So what's special about Bogles?
Bogles,
For anyone that doesn't know what a Bogle is out there.
Bogles is a wonder cast creature. It's green and blue, and it's 1/1 hexproof, and that's it. And basically, because it's got hexproof, you can load it up with auras, and it's harder for your opponents to 2-for-1 you or get rid of your creature and all of your auras at the same time. So it protects your auras, basically.
The hexproof is pretty powerful because it stops any spells that say target in them from targeting your creature. And there's a lot of removal spells that say return target creature to your hand, or destroy target creature. And a Bogle with hexproof, I don't know, we're going away from white already.
White? We don't need
It's
white.
the aura, not the Bogle. But anyway, the aura just really enhances that.
It's the best aura, in my opinion, in the game.
Alrighty.
What did you choose?
I picked Esper Sentinel. It's a 1 to cast, artifact creature, human soldier, lots of soldiers in white. Whenever an opponent casts their first non-creature spell, so instant sorceries, enchantments, auras, each turn, draw a card unless that player pays X, where X is Esper Sentinel's power. So it's very similar to a card like Ristic Study, which is in blue, except the tax, well, it's not really tax, but the cost of preventing a player from drawing cards from their deck is the power of this particular creature.
So it's really hard to get draw in white.
Drawing in white is very hard, and they're
sure.
This is a really good staple card for just getting really good, powerful draw. It's also a creature as well, and if you put counters on it, it makes it more expensive for your opponents
auras.
Yeah, that's right, auras, yeah. For your opponents to actually pay the cost so that you don't draw. But because in Commander we usually play 4-player, this is going to trigger possibly on everyone's turn. It includes someone playing Soul Ring on turn 1, that's already going to trigger that non-creature spell effect. So there's a lot of value in this 1-drop creature, and it can act as a blocker as well, and an attacker.
It's It's good.
Versatility.
It is good. Its only downfall, if we're comparing it to something like Ristic Study, I
Yes.
think, is it's a creature, so it's slightly easier to get rid of.
This is really good probably at the early game.
Yeah, agreed.
Alright, well, 5 are going left to right or right to left. It's like a conveyor belt. Mirrored brain.
Yeah, there we go.
Left to right. We are now up to number 4. Now, I reckon we should roll, and whoever
you
gets
see.
the high number has to talk first.
Please on me, please on me.
No.
Yes, 2.
Oh, I got 3!
3, 2,
1.
1. I knew you were going to play something like that.
So,
Boo.
my...
Boo. Go.
No booze.
Go. It's good.
Thumbs up only. No. So, mine is a human wizard creature. It's 2 to cast. It's called Dramath Magistrate.
1 colorless and 1 plains.
That's right. Your opponents can't cast spells from anywhere other than their hands. It's a 1/3. So
I know
power of 1, toughness 3.
Right.
Main reason why I put this in here is because if you're playing Commander, this guy is going to stop people from casting their commanders from the graveyard, from Exile, or even creatures from the graveyard. Also casting your commander from the command zone. This is going to kind of seal off the field a little bit so that it slows your opponents down so that you can build up. And with white, you really want that time to build up so that you can be a force to be reckoned with. So this card just helps you to create a little wall, just a little wall. And I know a lot of people's decks are based around their commanders or particular combos that need their commander to fetch certain cards. This card, even in the late game, is just going to seal it off, especially if, commander's just been removed or someone's played a removal spell and board wiped everything. Bringing this out straight after a board wipe seals everyone off, but you can still cast your commander, you can still do all the things that you want. So, Dramath Magistrate.
Now, I'm going to have my 2 cents here.
Oh,
I think I play this card. It is a good card.
You can have 3 cents.
But I will say this, and this is my biggest problem with white in general, especially Commander. The majority of what I see played in white Commander is tax or blocking players out and preventing players from playing their own game.
Yep.
And I know from experience playing Dramath here, it can be really frustrating for your opponents who, when you're making these blocks and walls and protecting your things and stopping them from actually playing their own game.
But look at him, he's so awesome,
Yeah,
bro.
he's cool.
Dude,
I play him.
It's when the shoe's on the other foot,
Yeah.
then you really realize, like, oh, this guy is nah.
I played him against you with a few times blocking your commanders out, especially.
So how did that feel when you played it?
In theory, on paper,
You enjoyed it, didn't you?
Yeah, on paper.
And then someone else played it.
on paper, it's good and it works, but when you actually play it, it doesn't feel. For me personally, it doesn't feel as good. Like you kind of just. It feels mean almost.
I think you got a point that because Command is such a social game, creating like a little wall around the social nature of other people not being able to do anything with their decks doesn't feel as fun.
Yeah, I agree. My pick is Leyline of Sanctity.
Oh, I love the Leyline.
Yeah,
there's quite a few of them actually.
I think there's 1 for each color, but this is the best one in my opinion. It's 4 to cast, 2 colorless and 2 plains. If Leyline of Sanctity is in your opponent opening hand, you may begin the game with it on the battlefield, so you're going to have to pay its mana cost.
Ooh.
Now I know Commander, you have a 100 card deck, so it's very unlucky to be in your opening hand, but that's fine. That's not why I'm playing this card.
It's the second
ability, and it's simply, you have hexproof. I love hexproof, I always have. It's always been...
We gathered from the Burgles.
It's always been a big part of my Magic game.
This is just a shield! This shield is just closer.
Yeah, but bro...
Hexproof is so powerful.
Direct damage to you, there are many, many scenarios where I've died from direct damage from burn or whatever. There's many things that can hit you as a player, and if you just have this general bubble of hexproof as a player, there's a certain level of power that just ebbs from it.
I like how there's a really clear theme of protection, but also drawing the line, and then also creating shields, and then creating divisions.
Yeah.
For a color that's all about like building up and building armies and building like tokens, there's a lot of lines that they draw in the center.
There's a lot of tax for white. They're protection and tax, making other players suffer.
Get your money ready. Land tax could be coming up. Number 3.
What could number 3 be?
To be or not to be? Wait, that's the next one.
Look how crusty mine is. You know it's going to be old school.
Oh, even the colors are a bit faded. Oh, sorry.
No, I meant don't
worth
flip
a lot.
it. Yeah, I've had this card for 20 years, man. So
That's nostalgia. And I know you're saying 20, but it's going to be 30 soon.
Yeah.
Did you see that meme? Anyway, never.
No. All right, here we go.
Are you ready? Number 3. Ready to flip the table?
3, 2, 1. Fierce protection. Why?
Alright, you go first.
Alright.
What is your third card on this list?
So my third card is Balance. A really old card. It is 2 to cast, 1 colorless and 1 plains, and it's a sorcery. Whichever player has more lands in play must discard enough lands of his or her choice to equalize the number of lands both players have in play. Next, equalize the cards in hand, and then creatures in play the same way. Creatures lost in this manner are considered buried. In my playgroup, it was really good because a lot of players in the playgroup play token decks or go wide decks, where they have a lot of creatures just scattered. A lot of my decks don't. A lot of my decks don't go wide. I have an aura deck, things like that. I try to keep my creatures narrow. I don't have many go wide decks, so balance is really good for me when people are building a massive creature board, or if you're playing against a landfall deck where they're just ramping and building their lands up really quickly, and you're kind of lagging and behind. Balance kind of just levels the board without doing a complete board wipe, and it levels the board in many different ways. Obviously, creatures, lands, and cards in hand.
I like to describe it as like the blue Bowser shell in Mario Kart. You're coming last,
Yeah.
and you get the blue Bowser shell and you throw it,
Yeah.
and it goes all the way to the front and knocks out that first player, evens the field out a little bit more, and
That's
especially in white, you need that balance because white just doesn't always have that ramp or that level of leverage that the other
Or
4
ramp.
colors do. Use balance in Mario Kart next time. It's me, Mario. No.
Teferi's protection.
Teferi's protection. So it's a
that's good. It's good.
instant spell. 3 to cast, 2 generic, 1 white. Until your next turn, your life total doesn't change. I guess you could say it stays balanced. You have protection from everything. All permanents you control phase out, and all permanents includes your lands as well. So everything that you have phases out, pretends it doesn't exist, and even if someone attacks you, your health is not going to change. So if someone does a board wipe or attacks with massive creatures, you can just remove everything, pack up your bag, go home, and then come back next week and put everything back out on the table as if like it never changed.
Well, it's pretty good. It's pretty good.
And then you exile this card. It's a game-saving card for you, but the only downside is when you come back on the battlefield, you need to be able to eliminate the other players. Like, it protects you for that one turn.
Yeah, but I would say 9 out of 10 times that's kind of a given, because you don't play this card unless someone's like, it's late game, someone's comboing out, going for the win, or doing something really big, a big move.
A game finisher, basically.
Yeah, and you have this up your sleeve, you play it, and then it turns out you win instead. Dude, I could play balance against you, and you could totally just play that, and my balance is invalid.
Yes!
That's a good pair.
Teferi's protection, and I also have this version.
Right, what's that one? Oh, gross.
That's from Strixhaven.
Danny, Decadence. Dude.
I'm putting...
Should have put that one in.
I did. It's going right here. You guys are going to be ready to build your white decks because your white decks are going to be super powerful. Especially after these top 2 cards, you'll see. What do you think of playing mono white in Commander?
Never. I'll never do it. Don't do it. I did it once and made a mono white flying deck. I played it once.
Selesnya, sure. Azorius, sure.
Mono white.
Maybe.
Maybe like a tribal deck, like soldiers or.
I think I'd rather just wear like a poncho.
What? I don't get it.
It's protection. Because that's all it is. Just hexproof. You can't cast your commander. Add some tokens.
Yeah. I thought poncho as well, eh?
This poncho isn't even a cat.
Yeah, exactly. He doesn't protect me from anything.
Well, look, Ajani's a cat. Meow.
Well, man.
It works.
Actually, poncho is mono white.
We are up to number 2.
Alright.
Alright, ready? I'm ready.
Okay.
Scissor, paper, rock.
Best out of
Not Squid Game style. Definitely not Squid Game style.
Best
Get
out of
some
one.
marbles.
Best out of 1.
Ready?
Yeah.
Scissors, paper, rock. Yeah.
You've done the maths lesson where you know how to win. Never play rock first.
White, paper, white. I just went with the theme.
I did mountain.
That's mountain. Rock is mountain.
Bruh. You ready?
Yeah.
3, 2, 1. Be the same!
What?
Really? Oh my goodness. Okay, that's interesting.
Oh. Swords to Plowshares. 1 white. It's an instant spell. Exile target creature. Its controller gains life equal to its power. Basically, the reason I chose this card is if you've got a commander that's really setting up a big combo, if you've got a big creature that might be attacking or coming your way that might make you lose the game, or if you just want to remove a component of someone else's combo, you basically ping it, cost 1, super cheap, and I probably prefer this over Path to Exile mainly because the life gain isn't as powerful as giving your opponent another land.
You don't think so?
I think another land means that your opponent can use it to cast another spell, a counter spell, or another spell from their hand, whereas this is for life. The only life total that I think really counts in Magic is 0.
The amount of comments you're gonna get. Path Exile.
I will
so
slice that.
Path Exile is so much better, man.
I love. Look, I think Swords to Plowshare is my preference.
Okay, it's still amazing. It essentially does the same thing.
Actually, no. Both cards. I'll say this. Both cards are amazing, and if you want to play both, I would definitely recommend it. But in picking one, I think Swords to Plowshares. Look, I'm gonna be on the plow field.
That's digging a hole, trying to dig up, man. Nah, it's good. It's good card. Sick.
Basically, exile target creature, instant speed, super cheap, gonna help you dismantle someone else's game.
Better than Path to Exile, apparently.
Well, which one would you choose?
Path.
Okay, why would you choose Path?
Alright, why would I choose Path?
Sum it up. 3 words.
3 words?
Path to Exile.
It is better.
I'll take that.
Alright, what did I choose for my number 2?
Another 3 words here.
Mother of Ruins. Now, it's 1 to cast, planes, of course. 1/1 creature, human cleric. Tap it. Other creature you control gains protection from the color of your choice until end of turn.
You choose.
I'm telling you, Mother of Ruins is a staple.
Runes.
What did I say? Ruins.
Mother of Runes. Runes. Let's just be clear. Runes.
This is a classic card. It protects any one of your creatures. So if you've got auras on a creature, if you've been building up a creature with +1/+1 counters, you know, if you've been working on a creature or you've just got a really powerful creature on the board that's doing a lot of damage, people are going to start targeting it. It's going to be not just one other player targeting it, but probably most of the table.
Exile target creature?
I don't think so.
Because she's only a 1/1, people are less likely to waste a removal spell on that one small creature.
Or she can target herself.
Exactly. Oh, it's perfect.
Yeah.
She can protect herself, she can protect a big creature, she can protect, whatever creature's out on your board state. The fact you get to choose the color, that is so powerful. That's what Magic is really good at. Finding cards that are versatile and give you a lot of options is super important for building a good deck. All right, Pete, are you ready for the number one mug? Look, I got all these mugs out. This is number 5, 4, 3, Spider-Man. Pretty cool.
Oh, what's going to be?
What was your number one mug?
Hey, Zelda, man.
Cyclops from the X-Men.
No, this
Protection!
Breath of the Wild, man.
Alright, let's get these mugs out of the way.
Number 1.
Maybe our number 1 card might be the same.
Mine's going to be awkward.
Oh, before we go,
Spoilers.
Swords to Plowshares, awesome alternate art. I'm putting it on the rack.
I think I like the original better.
Yeah, I do like the original. This one's pretty cool though. Pick. So what do you think of our top 4 white cards to play in EDH? Please write your thoughts in the comment section below.
And let us know whose top 4, top 5 you think are better.
Alright, the number 1 mug, the number 1 card, in the name of Ajani, let's flip this. 3, 2, 1. Get into exile!
Mother of Runes! How dare you! Original art as well! That's sacrilege.
We matched.
Yay!
Matched not on the same one. I feel like this happened in the green video too.
We almost matched for this too.
Yeah, I actually spent a long time deciding between Path to Exile and Swords to Plowshares. I knew I didn't want to include both, but I knew one of them had to be on there. I think when you said that, I realized that was your number 1.
Yeah.
I knew.
Okay, first of all, Path to Exile, my number 1 white card. It is a one planes to cast. It is an instant. Exile target creature.
Or exile target host.
See! Its controller may search his or her library for a basic land card, put that card onto the battlefield tapped, then shuffle his or her library. There are certain ways you can use these cards. I think in early game, you can actually path one of your own little soldiers or tokens and get a land.
I knew this was coming.
And get a land from it as well. So, what I'm saying is path, I think, is more versatile because you don't really need life in early game, but you're more likely to need lands if you're lacking lands. But in late game, it's okay to give your opponent lands because they're already flooded with lands anyway. That is my theory. Path. I'm gonna rip your plowshares up.
That's alright, I got 2.
Bro, and also Path is rare, Plowshares is uncommon. I think it speaks for itself, ladies and gentlemen.
Uncommon underdogs. Alright, my number 1 card, I do agree on those points actually. I think deciding between the 2 was super hard.
Yeah.
Because as you said, they both have downsides, but which downside is going to affect you more but affect the game state more? It's what you got to balance which of those 2 cards, and I think quite a lot of people actually put both cards.
I do. I
chuck them both in.
I play Path and Plowshares. They're both excellent.
Literally just put them both in.
Yeah.
Mother of Runes, the original art.
She's back.
Reprinted on a different card. I think not the original border.
No.
I just think the fact that you can choose what color, you can protect your commander, you can protect your creatures, you can protect herself. She's also a 1/1, so if someone's attacking you with a giant creature, you can just block. There's so much versatility in a 1-drop card, and that's what you really want in Magic, is cards with lots of value, lots of options, but at a really efficient cost. Because if you draw this even in the late game, put her out, you can use her straight away to protect something that's on the field. And for 1-drop, that's pretty good.
Yeah, she's good in every aspect. Any time in the game, she's good to draw, top draw. And also, she's just got the essence of white, Like, this is the essence of white. I was going to put her at number 1, but I can't. Path, you can't. And she's drinking tea as well. Is that what you said?
The penny drops.
Hey, she's my number 2.
No, yours is like...
Wait. I put Sylvan Library as number 2.
Yeah, that's what I just said earlier.
But, come on, Path. Sure.
Look, Mother of Runes and Path, Mother of Runes is going to win every time.
this is my favorite white card.
Yeah.
All right, that was sick.
Thanks once again for joining us for another Top 5 Magic EDH video. We look forward to bringing you the next color on the color wheel pretty soon, and hopefully it'll be less than a year in the future. If you really want to support this channel, please check out some of the other videos. If you like board games, Magic, there's a whole heap of videos for you to check out. If you really want to help this channel grow, give us a like, comment, subscribe, head over to the Facebook or Patreon page and get all the latest news updates. Thank you, Pete, for joining
My pleasure.
me
That was
on
epic.
the channel. Woo! I always love it when you come on the channel.
Cheers,
Dude,
Danny.
cheers. Oops, this one. Hey dude, have you picked your top 5 white EDH cards yet?
Hey man.
This is like the screen test, you know, that they do an audition of.
Yeah. Perfrost doesn't work.
But check that.
But
I'll put the errata down at the bottom here.
but
Hey dude, have you picked your top 5 white EDH cards yet?
yeah, man. My number 5 is this cool cliff card. This one is a cool. This one is an amazing. This one has an amazing sunset on it. This is my favorite. It's got a stratus cloud in the background. This one looks like an Iwagami aquascape, and this one has a cool castle in it. I actually have tea.
Oh,
you have tea as well.
Tea as well.
What's
Mine's lemongrass ginger.
Same.